Hi, business owners, and welcome to the Leader Group's Unlocking Success, HR strategies for a thriving workplace. Now, this channel is created solely for business owners that have little to no HR support and may need additional guidance. And so today we're going to talk about performance evaluation. So let's get into it. So to conduct a successful performance evaluation is going to involve a few things. One, effective communication, okay? And it's also going to involve planning and focusing on the employee's achievements and the areas of growth. So in preparation, you want to make sure that you gather the data, you gather all of the employee's performance throughout a certain time period. You want to make sure that you have any reports and goals that the employee was supposed to achieve within that time period, metrics, feedback from customers, and also feedback from their colleagues, okay? Also, you want to have handy their job description. And yes, you got to have job descriptions for your jobs out there. So you want to have your job description and the expectations, okay? Especially if you have various roles, you want to make sure that you have your job descriptions and what the expectations are so that you can follow along. And so that you can make sure also that the employee had a clear understanding of what the job and what the expectations were when they were hired and within, the time frame of that position. You also want to set the right environment. This is going to be so important. You do not want to have and conduct a performance evaluation where there's no privacy, where you're outside, and others can hear you. You don't want that. So one of the things that I recommend is that you find, if it's not your office, you can find another office where you're conducting the performance evaluation, especially if you're doing it in person. If you do have your systems in place and you can do it through online, that's fine. But if you're conducting your evaluation in person, you want to make sure that you have some privacy and a suitable time that's convenient for both of you, okay? You also want to allow sufficient time because you're going to be engaging in discussions. You're going to be asking questions and the employee's going to be asking questions. So make sure that you have allotted enough time to dedicate to that employee that you are sitting with. You also want to establish a positive tone. So you want to start the conversation by highlighting what the employee was doing well, areas where they have really gone on behalf, or maybe a goal that you set at a certain percentage and they actually exceeded those goals. So you want to start on a positive note and also to highlight any contributions that they made to the organization and to the team. In regards to the performance, you want to give specific examples. You want to let them know specifically what they have done well and what they have improved on. Don't be vague about it. To help your employees to improve in a particular area, you're going to have to give examples and address any areas of improvement that they may need to improve on because they may have fallen short. And so you then want to align the goals. You want to evaluate how well the employee's performance aligns with the goals of your business. You want to make sure that those are in alignment because the employee needs to meet what your expectations are for them to help your business to succeed. So make sure that it ties in with the goals and objectives that you have for the business and it makes sense to what they are doing in their role. The communication, two-way communication, you have to have open and effective communication. So you want to ask the employee, ask for their input, ask them to reflect on their performance, ask them what they think are some areas that they did well in and areas that they think they needed to improve on. get their insight, get their feedback. They may see things a little bit differently, so don't shy away from having those open conversations and encouraging self-assessment from the employee. So if you need to set new goals, you want to go ahead and collaboratively establish those new goals together. Make the employee or help the employee to feel a part of their performance evaluation, not just you saying to them, okay, this is what you did great, you did good here, okay, this area you can improve, this area you really need to improve. Encourage them to be a part of the process. You'll be surprised of how they will perk up and be like, oh wow, yes, I can definitely, do better here if I do this, or if I maybe take a workshop here to help me to improve. So make sure, especially with the goal setting, that you actually get the employee to be an active participant in their performance evaluation. And when you're setting those goals, make sure that they are specific goals, okay? Make sure that they're measurable, okay? Make sure that they can achieve it, it's relevant, and it's within a particular or certain time frame, okay? So you want to give them enough time. Please don't set up goals for the employee and the time frame for them to accomplish and achieve that goal is unrealistic, okay? We tend to sometimes fall into that, and I'm saying to you, it's not going to help the employee and it's not going to help you. So make sure that when you sit with the employee to go over setting the new goals, the new expectation, that you actually set in a timeline, a realistic timeline for them to achieve those goals. Feedback, again, offer actionable feedback on the areas that they need to improve, enhance their skills, but also be prepared and be ready to offer the resource that they need to improve in those areas. Don't just say to the employee, I need you to improve in this area, and you don't provide the tools for them to improve if you don't have those tools already. You've got to provide the employee with the resources and tools so that they can be better in their role, so your business can grow from that. It's all connected, okay? If your employees have the tools to help them to be better, to grow in their role, that then transitions over to your customers getting the better product, better service, all that the customer needs from your employee, okay? Which then helps your business. So you don't want to set your employee up for failure and say, I need you to improve in this area, but you don't give them the tools and the resources to improve. So that's going to be important. Which ties into development opportunities, right? Talking about training workshops. There are lots of folks out there, companies, consultants that offer training to employees. Reach out to them. Reach out to me, okay? We can get your employees trained and developed in the areas that they need to develop in. Also want to, again, acknowledge their achievements. You want to recognize their outstanding performance. Again, if that employee has gone above and beyond, if that employee has implemented, a new process that has truly improved operations and your business processes, and it has streamlined it, you definitely want to acknowledge that. And you want to make sure that you give them the appropriate recognition, whether it's a salary increase or a promotion, public praise. Make sure that you do that as well. Once you've had the conversation with the employee and going over their performance, you also want to document that, right? You want to document what was discussed, the achievements of the employee, the areas that they did very well in, the areas that they need to improve on, and then how do they do that? So you want to make sure that you list the key points. You want to make sure, especially in the areas that they need to improve on, you want to document how you're going to help them to improve, whether it's a workshop, whether it's, another type of resource that they need. It could be another piece of equipment to help them. You got to have that in place, and you want to document that. And then you want to also document the time frame that is realistic for them to make those improvements. And then the follow-up, you want to do regular check-ins. Please, performance evaluation isn't just a one-time done thing once a year, and then you circle back next year and you blow the dust off and you're like, okay, let's pick up where we left off. What's going to be very important for you with your team is the regular feedback and check-in. You can do a weekly check-in or bi-weekly. But you want to discuss that with your employees, see what works for them as well. And again, planning is going to be important. So if you decide on a weekly, bi-weekly check-in, have a standing day, don't change up the days, unless you have to change a date. But I would recommend and highly suggest you select a standing day and a time. And the employee puts it on their calendar, you have it on your calendar. Okay, and then that way they know every Tuesday at 2 p.m. they will sit with you. You'll sit together for 30 minutes and you'll go over their progress. Okay, again, feedback is going to be important. Effective and open communication is important when you are conducting performance evaluations. And then you want to end on a positive note. You want to relay to the employee how happy you are to have them there. They're doing a great job. They're excelling. And in these areas, you know that they can improve and that you will give them the resources and tools to help them to improve and continue to grow and develop within your business. So hope that was helpful for you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being a subscriber, and talk to you soon. Bye-bye.